should probably deal with this. Probably should deal with this before we leave. Hey guys, Silver Praetorian here, and welcome back to Let's Play Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Sorry for the wait. Classes have been keeping me busy. I've had to replay pretty much everything I've done, and hey, that's a laser. I've had to replay pretty much everything I've done for in the last recording session at any rate. So if you've noticed, I am pretty much out of beam ammo right now. Well, I suppose I should explain why first. I was getting ready to upload the final episode of this previously when I discovered that, oh hey, are you final scan now? No, you're still Dark Samus 3. I was getting ready to upload the final video of this when I realized, oh hey, where is the final video of this? Seems at some point I lost my file for this, which is more than a little bit irritating. So then, let's talk more about Dark Samus. Dark Samus will go invisible. You can't actually see her in the dark... Oh, you can see her, but it's not really beneficial to in the dark visor, so you must use the sonic visor. Here's the final scan. She will eventually... Well, first, Dark Samus 3 is when she's just running around. Dark Samus 4 is when she starts doing this attack. This attack is more annoying than it has a right to be, admittedly. Lock on to Dark Samus, thank you. When did I? Okay, sure. What you're supposed to do for that is when she shoots the attacks up like this and the camera angle goes with you, you want to try to gain, like absorb the shots and shoot it back at her. It's kind of finicky in my opinion, so yeah. But somehow, back to my point previously, I somehow lost my save data for this. Or not my save data, my file, my video file for this. Not 100% sure how. Not really happy about it either. So I had to replay the last recording session, which was legitimately a month ago now. Classes have been keeping me busy. I hate you, Dark Samus, with a passion. But classes have been keeping me busy. But one good thing that has come out of this is you've noticed that I am essentially out of light and dark ammo. I tried the Annihilator Beam on the Emperor Ink. It kind of just murdered his final form. The final light ammo shot of the Annihilator Beam, or final bit of light ammo used with the Annihilator Beam, is the shot that killed him. I was very satisfied with that, I'm not gonna lie. To see that he just kind of up and died, and yeah, super missiles kind of just push her right back into this if you can do that accurately. So we just really need to kill her, and they give you 7 minutes counting the time it takes you to get here from up in the Sky Temple itself. Plenty of time to do this boss fight. Well, in theory it is anyway. If you run into that issue where you can't, like you keep losing your charge, then it could cause issues, but I'm pretty confident that I'll be okay. So yeah, that's all that's been going on with this. I've finally got a bit more free time now that things are starting to calm down. Kind of. Oh yeah, you kind of jump back before you do anything. But I can still hit you with the super missile, and then you still kind of just go back to this, and kind of not that threatening. You're gonna make a mockery of me now that I've said that. Ow. Oh well. Maybe I need to actually... What if I actually just like soak all the hits? That kind of worked a bit better. One more charge shot, she'll be down. We currently have 4 minutes left to pull that off. I'm not gonna say I can't lose now. Several reasons. First of all, that's a recipe for disaster. Second of all, if I say that, I will fail. Third of all, reasons. Let's go with reasons. I'm not... The only boss I truly liked in this entire game was Quadraxis. Every other boss in this game is really disappointing, especially the final boss. I mean, Prime 1 had... Prime 1 didn't have a ton of bosses. I mean, this game does have a lot more bosses. I suppose it's understandably that they're not going to be quite as... Yes, not quite as They're not going to be quite as impressive, but still. I mean, Metroid Prime was an amazing boss. Well, not an amazing boss. It was an okay boss. It was a better final boss than these two. The Omega Pirate, I suppose, is comparable to Quadraxis. Really like those two bosses. Thardus wasn't bad, if that's actually how to say his name. Stuff like that. The bosses in this game are interesting, but there's so many more bosses that each individual one isn't as special. And I say that as Dark Samus has its dying moments before it does this. Gee, because it hasn't faded into particles of Phazon before. Oh well, won't have to worry about it now. Except Phazon's still on our way. And now Ing are trying to kill us. Yeah, this kind of happens. But luckily, I've made a note throughout the LP that there is one Chozo-made portal in every sector. This is the location of the I said Chozo, didn't I? I meant Luminoth. This is the location of the Luminoth portal in the Sky Temple, or the Temple Grounds, rather. There was one in Argon Wastes. It's the first way we properly went to the Dark World after losing our powers. There was one in the Torvus Bog, which was... oh, where was that one? That was in the water, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure that was the one... No. That was the one where next to that energy tank, which I had to space jump to, or screw attack to. The, Sky Sanctuary... not Sky... yeah, Sky Sanctuary. Sanctuary Fortress. Sky Sanctuary is freaking Sonic, man! Sanctuary Fortress was the first one we went through there, so simple enough. And then here in the Temple Grounds, that's where it was hidden. Oh hey, they woke up the rest of the moths. I mean, Luminoth. And unfortunately, this game kind of justifies its bag of spilling when it comes to the suit upgrade Samus had, because she returns the light suit, which makes sense because it was a Luminoth gift to help her beat the Ing, and it was fueled from their energy, from their light energy temple whatever thing. And now they have their Bow of Honor. So it makes sense that she has to return it back to the temple from the energy that it drew itself from, because it might not work away from here, stuff like that. There's actually more reasons for Samus losing her power-ups in general, how the suit is modular, and it's designed to easily gain and lose power-ups. Side note here, I hate this appearance of Samus outside of her suit. Freaking Barbie, no thank you. It's just... I do not like it in any way whatsoever. I like the one in Metroid Prime so much more. Even if it is just her takes her helmet off, if I recall correctly. Right, moving back onto my topics, the suit ended up being modular. But like that's why she loses her power up so easily. Metroid Prime 1, it just kind of overloaded some of the overloaded like the modular system, and it kind of just went to a straight up system reboot back to its defaults. Every other games, they can't last. It's more of like an organic system. That's kind of how Phazon corrupts it. It's an organic battle system. I suppose I should go over my final thoughts now while the credits play. Metroid Prime 2 is a game. It's a game I like. It's not as good as Prime 1. I can't quite say for sure if it's better than Prime 3 yet, because it's been so long since I played Prime 3, and my memories of Prime 3 are tainted of me hating the controls at the time. So I'd have to play it again to give it another chance before I can definitively say that this is the weakest in the series, as so many other people have said. That being said, I do like the points I've pointed out that I've liked. Yes, because that sentence is not redundant in the least. Like Quadraxis, Sanctuary Fortress as a whole, stuff like that. The ammo system, I've already made my thoughts clear on that. No thank you. Kind of glad they got rid of that with Prime 3. And like, well, they've only had 2 games with an ammo system like this, if memory serves. Prime Hunters and Prime 2. Prime Hunters was... yeah, let's go with that. My issue with Prime 3, though, and really most games past that, because Other M, jury's out on Other M as well. It's not a bad game if you ignore the story. I'll say that much. And that is to say, the story itself wasn't bad. It was just done poorly. I think I've said that before. I probably have said that before. I was making a discussion though. Beams. I like the setup and like what they did with Prime 1 in Super Metroid the most, where you could choose your beams. In Super Metroid, you could even choose like beam combos, like ice and wave you could have at the same time, and you could choose to turn off ice or turn off wave if you so chose. Prime 1, you kind of lose that choice, but you can still switch between your various beams. And you can do the same in Prime 2, though it's less well, it's less likely to happen because of the ammo system. Prime 3, Other M, most Metroid games past Prime 2, it's just straight up beam upgrades. You go from the power shot to the plasma shot to the oh my god, this is a burning everything shot. And it's just a straight upgrade, maybe does one more thing, but that's it. It's just a straight upgrade. I like the choices. I like having some freedom to pick. Alright, I could fight this guy with the wave beam, Prime 1, which charge shots have a bit of homing. Or I could try to hit him with the ice beam, which is slower but hits like a truck. Or if I'm daring, I could get up close with the plasma beam and try to burn his face off. There are various choices and each weapon does have its own use. It's kind of like this game does if you actually go through to use its different beam weapons, which I didn't do the best of. I tried in places, but you don't have enough beam ammo for the most part, and I don't like that. You don't have enough ammo, and it is really not fun that the game limits you in things you could do. Like Prime 1, it takes a little bit to actually get going. Like once you're past the first area, you get the wave beam, and then it's just the wave and the power beam for a while. But then you get the ice beam, and not terribly, it's a little bit after that, you get the plasma beam. Granted, once you get the plasma beam, you'll pretty much only use the plasma beam unless you're at range or something is significantly weak to a beam or invulnerable to other beams. Granted, like I used the plasma for pretty much everything after I got it, within reason, except for the lava zone where I used the ice beam and the various beam troopers that were weak to their own beams, which actually made the wave beam the weakest beam in that game. I'm not even talking about Metroid Prime 2 now. Oh man, this game. I suppose that's one thing to say about it for my final thoughts. I'm not even talking about Metroid Prime 2 anymore. It had good ideas, but the execution just wasn't enough. I mean, I love the game for what it is, but it's just not good enough to be truly amazing. Which is why I love Metroid Prime 1 so much more, and why I really need to play Metroid Prime 3 at some point again. That won't be for a while. Oh, on the bright side, I think I've decided what I'm going to do for my next LP. Whenever I get to that. Yeah. Anyway, for sticking around through the credits, we get the mission final scene, where it tells us we had 100% everything, and it only took us 9 hours. And we've unlocked Hyper Mode, which is the true hard mode, which I don't feel like playing through again right now, or ever. No thank you. But, for completing, I believe it is all items, we see this ending. I said that, oh yeah, Dark Samus, she disagreed, because that totally killed her before. Yeah, it totally didn't. No, I will not save in the event that this recording somehow gets lost as well, and I have to re-record the Dark Samus fight again, and the credits. Because Lord knows I might have to do that. Anyway, classes haven't been too bad, so hopefully I'll be able to get the next LP project started, assuming I don't get distracted by everything and its mother, like Terraria and Pokemon, because that comes out in a week. Freaking Pokemon, man. Freaking Pokemon. Just want me a Fennekin. Firefox, kill everything, burn it with fire. It'll be amazing. But that's, this game is over now, so it's been great. It's been a pleasure. So until next time, I will see you guys all at the start of my next LP. Later.